Yesterday we heard how Bhava comes in the 6th chapter of Bhajana-rahasya. How the more we absorb in bhajan, abhinivesha means absorption. The more we absorb in bhajan, as a fruit of that, the more bhakti will appear in the heart. But there's one conception. The mercy of Lord is very rare. Sometimes takes place the mercy of Bhagavan. It's very rare. Because Bhagavan, what does he do? Bhagavan is subservient to his devotees. Bhagavan is subservient, submissive to his devotees. That's why Bhagavan cannot do anything alone. Bhagavan, he is actually, God is giving his independence to his devotees. What do you understand about this? Generally, the quality of God is that he is independent, swatantrata. But God, he sells himself to his devotees, giving his independence to them. Understand? But God does this in front of the premik devotees, the devotees who have prem. Not in front of devotees who have Vaidimarga. But those who have prem, then in front of them, Bhagavan, he sells himself completely. What is the example? Napareham niravada samyujam, like Krishna told the gopis. In front of the gopis, especially in front of Srimati Radhika, Krishna himself, he says, hey gopis, the love you have for me, I'm completely surrendered to you because of the love you have. I'm sorry, you have completely surrendered to me, that's why I'm indebted to your love. Because you have surrendered so much to me completely, the love and affection you have, everything. Krishna says, even attaining the age of Brahma, I cannot repay the love you have for me, even if I have the age of Brahma. Because if you accept someone's service, if you serve someone, you have that with that person. So there's one conception about the material world and the spiritual world. If you serve someone, then you become indebted with that person. You become indebted. If someone serves you, you become indebted to them. Do you understand this philosophy? So all of the jivas in this material world, why do we come here in this world actually to pay off debts that we have with each other? To pay off debts. You can believe it or not. Yesterday I thought about this, wasn't it? Yes. Actually, all of us in this world, we came only for pay debts. When your debt is paid, then automatically you just die. Then you go to another body. What did I say? All of us were here sitting just to pay off debts, nothing else. Mother, father, brother, even friend, kids, whatever, whomever. Because in the previous life, we took something from these people, and then now in this life, we must give them. So that person came as your son or your father. Somehow or another, you're paying off debts. So the fruit of the service goes where? So this is coming. So if being the father, son, mother, somehow or another, one by one, we are paying the debts. So Bhagavan says, look, by ordinary love, generally the rule is jajatamam prapadyanti. Like in the Gita he said, depending on how much the person serves me, I will reciprocate accordingly. In the Gita, Bhagavan said that he will reciprocate accordingly. Depending on how the person serves me, Krishna is saying, I will reciprocate accordingly. But by the gopi prem, with the gopis' love, Krishna is considering himself indebted to them. Indebted. Completely indebted. Krishna considers himself indebted. What's paying off his debts? Krishna says, even if he had the age of Brahma and demigods, and he would serve the gopis, he wouldn't be able to pay off the debt. Why? Because actually Krishna is Vishaya Vigraha. What is he? Vishaya Vigraha. Shrimati Radhika and the gopis are Ashraya Vigraha. What is the nature of Vishaya Vigraha? The Vishaya Vigraha does not realize what is the love that the Ashraya Vigraha feels. That's why the same Krishna, to pay off his debts, he had come in the shape of Mahaprabhu. But still he couldn't pay off his debts. Understand? It wasn't possible. Why? Because the love of Shrimati Radhika is the topmost love. Madana-kya-mahabhav. He's trying to relish the Madana-kya-mahabhav, but it's not possible. Do you understand? So Bhagavan here, he says, the mercy of God is katanchit, means it's occasional, not coming always. But, God has one quality, he's equal to all the living entities. God is equal to everyone. He loves everyone same way. Because all the jivas are sons of God. We are all sons of nectar. Amritasya putra. We are the servants and the sons of God. We are the sons of God. Like a parent, a mother, father, they have so much affection for their children. And they in the same love, like equal love to all the children. But of course, those sons or daughter who has more affection to the mother or father, the mother and father also have more affection towards this child. This is the nature of the Vatsalya Bhav. What did I say? This is the nature of Vatsalya Bhav. If some of the children loves more the parents, then the parent also will reciprocate. We never saw a bad mother. Maybe we say bad sons or bad child, but bad mother? No. Kumata means some bad mother. It's impossible. The love of the mother and the father, of the parents, they have so much natural love towards their children. But the child maybe will love or not the mother and father, his parents. Some people are against their own mom and dad. Pitradrohi, matradrohi. Do you understand? But we've never heard that there is a mother who is against her own son or something like that, or against her daughter. Putradrohi, putridrohi. Even if your son or daughter does something bad, still parents, they have so much love and affection for them. This is what happens. But in Kali Yuga, we also see this opposite also happening. In Kali Yuga, we can also find parents that does many bad things with the child. This Kali Yuga, I'll not go into details. But still the love and affection of the mother and father is spontaneous, natural. So Bhagavan says, according to his own words in the Gita, Krishna says, depending on how the person worships me, surrenders to me, I will love them accordingly. But with the love of the gopis, Krishna, he considers himself indebted. Indebted. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it's explained. In the Srimad Bhagavatam is also written this. Why? Why? Why does he consider himself indebted with the love of the gopis? Try to understand this point. Napariham. So the speciality of Gopi Prem is that the gopis, they give up everything. And they have nishtha, loyalty, only towards Krishna. You cannot find this anywhere else. It is not possible for a chaste woman to do that. So in the scriptures there are many places explaining the glories of the chaste women. But the love of the gopis are the topmost chaste women, crowns and jewels of all the chaste ladies. Crown jewel of all the chaste women described. Anurundhati, Ahila, like for example Anusuya, Sabitri, their names are very famous as chaste women. Chaste women. Anusua, the story of Anusuya and Otri, this story is very beautiful. But all of them, even these super chaste women, they are worshipping the feet of Shrimati Radhika. Why? What is the speciality of the gopis? So much affection for Krishna. Deep anurag, deep attachment. The gopis give up everything and they only surrender everything to Krishna. Krishna considers himself indebted with the love of the gopis. So the mercy of God is rare. The mercy of God, how to get this? Through the devotees, because the mercy of God follows the mercy of the devotee. If the devotee is merciful to someone, God will also be merciful to that person. Because Bhagavan is submissive to his devotees. God is not independent, he is dependent on his devotee. You know that story of Durvasa Rishi? What did God say to him? He told him, I cannot do anything for you. You have to apologize to that person you have offended. Then the Sudarshan Chakra will come back. So in the same way, the mercy of the devotees is rare. But sometimes God gives this mercy to some people. But this is really like occasional, not always. But the mercy of the devotees is more powerful. By associating with the devotees, the jiva is able to perform sadhana. And ruchi can come, taste. If you don't get the mercy of the great saints, you will never develop taste for Harikatha. Krishna bhakti dure raho, samsara If you don't get the mercy of the Mahats, the great saints, your desire for the material world will not go away. Bhakti is very far. Without the material desire. Like, how to get the mercy of the saints? Otherwise, not even the desire for material world will go away. If you cannot get the mercy of Guru Vaishnavas, then your desire for samsara will not go away. Why do we have desire for the material world, sense gratification? Because of ignorance. Do you understand? Because of the avidya, the ignorance, we have lust and anger, and this disturbs your heart and takes you to Maya. But how can you surrender to the feet of the saints? Until you bathe yourself with the foot dust of the great saints, your desire for sense gratification will never go away. You can try anything that won't go away. So you need to, what is the meaning of bathing yourself with the foot dust? It means you must surrender to the great saints. So by the Mahat Sangha associating with pure devotees, the jiva will be able to develop ruchi, and in the end ashakti, and in the end bhav. This is called sadhan abhiniveshata bhav. Means the bhav that comes through absorption in the sadhana. By associating with the sadhus, the jivas are able to do sadhana. What is bhav? Bhav is kripa sadhya, coming by mercy. Actually, bhav is kripa sadhya, coming through mercy. And by the mercy of the great saints, you are able to be inclined to sadhana, to do sadhana. So you are able to engage in sadhana by the mercy of the great saints. And when you do the sadhana, then again you get the mercy of the great saints. He's saying, so everything depends on the mercy of Guru, right? Every step. To engage in the sadhana, and after doing the sadhana to get the bhav. Yeah, of course, Sadhu is Guru, Guru is Sadhu. So, if you don't have nishtha to the Guru, loyalty, steadiness, you can never develop, and your material desires will never go away. The more everything that we speak, actually, only important thing is the mercy of Guru. Only the mercy of Guru can help us. If you don't have the mercy of Guru, you can never progress. That's why the mercy of Guru is the only thing that can help us. Do you understand? What did I say? Guru Kripahi Kevalam. Only the mercy of Guru. So sadhu abhiniveshaja. So the bhav coming from the absorption in the sadhan, but also because of the mercy of this bhaktas. So two symptoms when bhav appears, one primary, another secondary, or internal and external. External, how many I told? 9 symptoms of bhav. Do you remember? Kshantir avyartha kalatom viraktir manashunata. Yesterday you covered up until Samutkanta. Examples of Samutkanta, do you remember? Ish, you forgot everything, huh? Eagerness, just like Ajata Paksha, Eva Matadram Kaga, remember? The example of the baby bird in the nest, the example of the calf, the example of the lover and beloved. Ajato Paksha, this verse explains. This is the first prayers of who? Vritrasura. Yesterday I told this in the Bhagavad Katha. There are some times small baby birds in the nests. They have just been born. They cannot fly. They can't fly yet, and they depend completely on their mom. Mom goes away to get food, and they crying and remembering their moms. For 2 reasons they remember their moms. First of all, they're hungry, and second of all, they are afraid that maybe another bird will come and kill them. Vritrasura said, this example is not good for me. Because yeah, the baby birds are remembering their mom, but we remember God for 2 reasons. One, because I want to get food, and because God will protect me. So there is selfishness in that. For your own happiness, we remember God. This is not devotion. It's not bhakti. Isn't it? Another point. The birds are being fed by their mom. She's feeding them with food from outside. So this is not love. Like if you get something from outside and then you feed. No. You need to cook yourself, and then this love and affection is there, possessiveness, then you feed. Then this is proper. This is true or not? You pay money to someone else, you bought something and fed someone with something that you bought outside. Love is not coming. But when you cook yourself and then you feed, then the affection is there. Do you understand? So the birds, they don't get fed from something that their own mother made or something from her body. She got food from outside. So mamata is not there. Possessiveness is there if you cook and then feed. But how the bird will cook? It's just an example, of course. But the cow is different, because the cow is giving to the calf. You know, calf is also remembering his mom. It's mom, but after drinking the milk of mom, calf, the baby calf, leaves his mom. But when the cow feeds her baby, she's feeding from her own, something that she made in her own body, milk. So this is more love, but still it's not complete. Understand? The third example is Priyam Priya Vishitam Vishana. The lover and beloved. In Parakya Bhav. Actually, Vritrasura, here he's indicating, referring to Gopi Bhav. He's explaining Gopi Bhav. Here it's being describes the Gopi Bhav of the gopis. It's being referred to. Priyam Priyeva, lover and beloved. When he says Priyam Priyeva is actually referring to Parakya Bhav. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur explains in the commentary. Because in Parakya Bhav, there are 4 things that are not present in Swakya. What are these 4 things? First of all, Bhamyata, left wings mode. Bhamyata, then Nibaranata, impediment of the superiors. Durlabhata, very rare to meet, and Prachana Kamakta, the love is hidden. This is the speciality of Parakya Bhav. In Swakya, there's no actually Vamyata, left wings mode. Sometimes only for a moment, but not really. But in Parakya, generally there's more left wings mode, Vamyata. This is the speciality. But in this world, Parakya Bhav is taking you to the hell. Is taking you completely to the hell. You not get happiness in this life, not in the next life. Yesterday I told. So that remember the story of that man. He was thinking, oh, I'll meet my mistress in the hell. No, you won't be able to meet your beloved in the hell. You both will be beaten up. We're together here. After in the hell, we can also meet up and get together. No. Parakya Bhav in this world is something very taking you to hell completely. In the spiritual world, Parakya Bhav is only present in Goloka Vrindavan. Not even Goloka actually completely. In Goloka actually, okay, difference between Goloka and Gokul. Even though Goloka and Gokul, they are not really different, no difference, but still, in Golok there's more Swakya. Golok there's more Swakya. But in Gokul, then Parakya Bhav. Goloka is actually the border. Okay, Gokul is inside, Goloka is outside, like border, surrounded. And Gokul, there is Vrindavan. Imagine a lotus flower. A flower, you know? So, the external part is called Goloka, the boundaries. And inside is Gokul, and inside Gokul is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is completely manifested. These things are so subtle, all these conceptions. This Parakya Bhav in the heart of the gopis. Even between the gopis, some Swakya mood sometimes is also there. She's asking, what is completely manifested in Goloka? Sorry, in Vrindavan is Parakya Bhav. Parakya Bhav. Like some gopis, they have the Parakya Bhava with Krishna, but they exchanged garlands with Krishna. They kind of married to Krishna, exchanging garlands, Gandharva Vivaha. But this is not accepted, because the proper wedding, there's some speciality. The fire should be there, for the wedding. Fire sacrifice, and the main thing in the wedding is the witness of the fire. With the witness of the fire, you get married, isn't it? The Brahmanas, the Brahmana is there, and the parents should agree. Without the agreement of the parents, a wedding cannot take place. The superiors must also agree. Society should accept it. It's not enough like just imitating the Western countries. So the Westerners asked, in Western countries, it's actually animal behavior, animal civilization, the civilization of Western countries. Animal civilization. Because there's no wedding, and animals don't get married. They just stay with anyone. Just sense gratification. No responsibility, nothing. But in the Vedic Indian culture, it's not like this. This is the duty of the parents. The duty of the parents or not? To take care of the children, and they have all this. But in Western countries, no. Anyway, I'll not come in details of what happens in the Western countries. It's useless. The specialities. So when you love, you're worried that something bad happened to your beloved. So because you love someone, you're always thinking something bad happened to him. The more you love someone, whether it's material love or spiritual love, the more you love someone, the more you think about the inauspiciousness. Means you worry that something bad happened to the person. The example I gave, remember, your son always comes back from school at the same time. One time he didn't come back on time, then you start worrying so much, thinking what happened to him. Actually nothing happened to your son, but still you're thinking so much, thinking that something bad has happened to him. You don't think that something good happened, you think that something bad happened. Maybe my son's got fever or some accident happened. The more all these negativity thoughts come in your mind, all these negative thoughts, isn't it? Why is he so late? Thinking that many accidents might have happened, that they actually didn't take place, but you think nothing happened, but in your mind you think that many things might have happened. This is a symptom of love. Let's first understand material love. Spiritual love, let's understand later. First, the prema of this world. It's like this or not? Yes. The lover and beloved have so much eagerness to meet with each other. Just like a woman who loves someone else, married woman, okay, who loves another man. Mahaprabhu himself told this. A woman who loves her beloved, she will perform all the household activities in a perfect way, so that no one suspects, no one even suspects anything, that she's actually in love with someone else. Do you understand? But in her mind, she cannot stop thinking about her beloved. May this bhava appear in our heart. It's called gopi bhava. Okay, but why this for the gopis? Actually, if you see, the gopis are eternal manifestation of Swarupa Shakti of Krishna. So there is no fault. Why gopis are not in fault with their parakya bhav? You should consider this. Jiva Goswami also explained this. Because the gopis, they are the Swarupa Shakti manifestation of Krishna. Just like imagine if you would massage your left arm with your right hand or vice versa. Is there any problem in that? No fault, no problem. So in the same way, the gopis, they are the Swarupa Shakti manifestation of Shri Krishna. There's no difference between Shakti and Shaktimam. This question, as Shukadeva Goswami actually was asked this question, Parikshit asked. Parikshit Maharaj, he did this question. He asked this to Shukadeva. What did he ask? Krishna is Yadupati Bhagavan. He came to this world to establish Dharma. Right? But why he's doing this kind of stuff with wives of someone else? Why he's having loving affairs with other people's wives? This is not good for the society. Like I just told, who is saying? Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question. Hey Brahman, hey Gurudev, tell me. If people hear this, what will people do? What is the benefit they will get? Another point, commentary also explains. Parikshit Maharaj is about to die. He's about to die. The katha of Krishna meeting the gopis. Which benefit he will get hearing this before his death? Is there any benefit? Imagine someone is about to die. Which kind of thing you're going to talk to this person? Someone is staying in the bed of death. What will you tell this person about pastimes of Krishna? Or chanting holy names with the person. But you're saying how Krishna met hiddenly with the gopis, how they perform loving pastimes together and all this. Is there any benefit for him? No. So this is the question of Parikshit. Okay, it's an amazing question, very good question. Krishna came to establish the Dharma. That's why he came to this world. To kill the demons. But what is he doing? He is performing wrong deeds. Hearing this, what's the benefit we will get? So, as an answer, Shukadeva Goswami gave a beautiful answer. The relationship between Krishna and gopis. First of all, the gopis are not ordinary women. The gopis are directly the manifestations of Swarupa Shakti. Krishna is Shaktimam. The gopis are the potency. What is the evidence of the scriptures? Is that there's no difference between Shakti and Shaktimam. There's no difference between them. Understand? So what is the fault? So actually, Krishna is performing pastimes with the gopis. Actually, he's performing pastimes with himself. Just like a small kid playing with his own shadow. So a kid playing with his own shadow. The shadow belongs to him. This is what Shukadeva Goswami is giving as an answer. So imagine if you're playing with your own shadow, you're moving your hand and your shadow also follows that movement. What is the mistake, the problem in that? No fault. So, until the jiva won't understand Krishna Tattva and Gopi Tattva, the jiva will see faults in this. Like you were massaging your body with oil. Do you do this? Massaging with oil. Sometimes, okay. I don't apply oil on my body. Very few. I don't like. So with one hand, you're applying oil and massaging the other part of your body. There's no fault in that. And by taking Krishna's names, all the sins of anyone is destroyed. So, only by taking his name, the sins of everyone is destroyed. So you think his activities are full of sinful, like are sinful? Actually, with 3 verses, Shukadeva Goswami, he cut down this philosophy. It's very beautiful verses. Like the names, by taking the names of Krishna, all the ocean of material existence dries up. So how can he be committing any fault? And the gopis are not ordinary women. A lusty person, even seeing a piece of wood, will feel lust. What else I can say? The conditioned souls are like this. So if the person cannot control his mind and senses, whatever you say to the person will always see everything as lusty. A person who is lusty will see everything full of lust. Krishna performs his pastimes. He performed the rasa, lila with whom? The gopis, okay. Who knew? Actually, at the time of Krishna's manifested pastimes, no Vrindavana knew anything. Only the gopis knew. And the gopis who had parakya bhav. Mother Jashoda didn't know, Nanda Maharaj didn't know. The Priya Narmasakas maybe a little bit they knew, but they couldn't enter the kunja. Jogamaya sharing just the lilas, but if you really see, analyze it, there is a lila with Krishna and the gopis. No one knew about it. After Krishna disappeared from this material world, then who told this katha? Shukadeva Goswami told to Parikshit Maharaj. But before that, no one even knew about it. This is a secret. It was a secret. Actually, in the pastime of Krishna, when he was here in the world, no one knew. No Vrajavasi knew. Maybe some, like Kundalata, or we hear about Kundalata, that somehow they used to speak something, but because they were making assumptions. They would make some assumption and say, seeing moods or seeing some indication and thinking, oh, this might be happening. Like for example, Jatila Kutila, actually they didn't know anything. They used to make some assumptions. Assumption. You see some signs and you think, oh, this might be happening. So actually, in the first sloka of the Rasa Lila, Shukadeva Goswami, he said, Bhagavan Pitararate. We'll explain. Jogamaya is organizing. No one knew actually. Shukadeva Goswami told this verse to Parikshit Maharaj. Sakya, Vatsalya, Dasya. They can not see Madhurya, Ras pastimes. Not even the demigods can enter. Even the demigods cannot see the feet of Srimati Radhika. In the Bhagavad, it's described in the commentaries. The demigods, they came in the divine spaceships or chariots. They came to see the Ras Lila. When they heard the sound of the flutes, they thought, oh, let's also have the darshan. They came with their spaceships, or you can say transcendental chariots, and they brought their wives and said, oh, let's have darshan of the Ras Lila today, let's go. When they came to Vrindavan, where the Ras Lila was happening, they had darshan of Krishna, and they fainted after. And they stayed in their own spaceships, chariots. Krishna has such a beautiful form. The demigods, they couldn't see Krishna, they couldn't see Radharani and gopis. Demigods couldn't see Srimati Radhika and gopis. Only they saw Krishna and fainted. Because Krishna is directly the enchanter of the Cupid. But the wives of the demigods, they saw a little bit of the feet of Srimati Radhika and the gopis. Only this. Because a woman can see a woman. But for men it's impossible. For men it's impossible. In the commentaries it's described. Demigods were in their divine spaceships, bringing their wives, and they came. Seeing Krishna, they fainted. But their wives of the demigods. Let's speak of darshan of Srimati Radhika is very rare, but okay, they saw a little bit the feet of the gopis and they fainted. All of them, they fainted, all of them. It's not easy to have the darshan of the Ras Lila. Especially the darshan of the gopis, the feet of Srimati Radhika. It's very rare. So we speak about Manjari Bhav, serving Srimati Radhika and getting all this. But this is something so rare, extremely rare. How can you get this extremely rare thing? Only by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, otherwise you cannot obtain it. Mahaprabhu is giving all this mercifully. Anaripita charing chirat. If you get a little bit mercy of Gaura Sundara, then it's possible. Otherwise, there's no other hope. If you don't get the mercy of Gaura Sundar, the more you speak, it will be only words. Especially in Kali Yuga, only the mercy of Mahaprabhu can help us. All the Harikatha that we hear, if we get the mercy of Gaura Sundar Mahaprabhu. Let's continue the Katha. Gurudeva, you said that Shukadeva Goswami was the first person who spoke about the rasa lila to Parikshit Maharaj. But Bhagavad was written by Vyasadeva, though. So Vyasadeva knew about the rasa lila, right? Oh, my brother, you didn't hear properly. So the Katha of the Bhagavatam, there are 3 adhivations, 3 sittings of the Bhagavatam. So you tell me, you remember? Oh yeah, Narada told Brahma, did he sing? No, actually there are many sittings of the Bhagavatam, many moments where the Bhagavatam was spoken. Many times Bhagavad Gita was explained to different people in different places. But there are 3 main adhivations, 3 main occasions where the Bhagavatam was spoken. 3 are special. One was when one time Krishna told Lakshmi also. Narayan told Lakshmi in the Bhagavatam. There are so many stories. Okay, coming back. 3 are main. First of one was on the banks of the river Saraswati. Where? In a place called Samyak Prayag. In where there is the cave of Vyasadeva, Vyas Gufa. It's in a place called Badrinath. There, Vyasadeva himself, it's called Vyas Narada Samvad. Narada told Bhagavatam to Vyas. Vyas Narada Samvad, the conversation between Vyas and Narada. Narada Rishi himself told all the Katha. That's why Vyasadeva wrote. Because first Narada told him, then Vyasa wrote down. But Narada had heard from Brahma, and Brahma heard from Krishna, Narayan. So it came from Narayan, and then first manifested in the heart of Brahma. But actually Krishna didn't speak to Brahma, he manifested in the heart of Brahma, Bhagavad Gita. And then, yes, Brahma told to Narada. But first in the beginning it was only 4 verses. Chatushloki, original 4 verses of the Bhagavatam, not in details. So, Narayana gave 4 main shlokas of the Bhagavatam to Brahma. Inspire his heart, and then Narada Rishi heard that Bhagavatam Katha, and then he, Narada, told Vyasadeva. But it's not enough only hearing, you must realize, then you can see the lila. For example, you heard about England, like the day I told the London Eye. Oh, I told you about the London Eye? London's Eye? How is the London's Eye? It's a big Ferris wheel situated on the bank of the Thames River. A big Ferris wheel. So I told you about it. But how is this Ferris wheel exactly? You haven't seen it. You can imagine. Oh, there's... oh, it's a wheel. It's a wheel of a bicycle, a wheel of a car. How is this wheel? Ferris wheel. But you don't imagine how big is this wheel, Ferris wheel. I've seen it. It's so big, so tall, it's so big. When you see, I've seen the London Eye. Have you seen the Ferris wheel? You've never been there? Okay. You've never been there, you haven't seen it? So I'm telling you, but the examples I can give is, you see there's a wheel of a bicycle, wheel of a chariot, how it is. I can try to explain and you try to imagine, but if you don't go there and see by yourself, you don't know. So realization is directly realization. When you see, when you experience direct realization experience, when you see. So the more you hear, these spiritual things will manifest in your heart. But material things is not like this. Like I told about the London Eye, Ferris wheel, the London Eye. I'm telling about it, but this just by hearing doesn't mean you'll see it and experience. Did you see the London Eye? She's saying, I've been there on top. The London Eye. Oh, here's a photo there. So, just to make you understand, there are many sittings of the Bhagavatam. Sittings. Assembly, like many assemblies where the Bhagavatam was spoken. Occasions. This is called Adiveshana. Means to speak about something. So Narada told the Bhagavatam to Vyasa. But Vyasadeva realized himself, experienced directly. With the mercy of Narada, Vyasa was able to directly experience. I have the darshan of everything. But Vyasadeva is a Shakti Avesha avatar of Lord. Shakti Avesha avatar. Called Gyan Abesha avatar, the incarnation of knowledge. So through Bhakti Yoga, after hearing, then you can have darshan. He had darshan. So the first sitting was in Badrinath. The first sitting was there. Bhagavad Katha happened in many occasions. For example, Shiva telling Bhakta to Parvati in Amarnath. But there are three that are the main ones. Okay, so one was... Okay, so according to the Bhakta, there are three main Adiveshanas. One, Vyasa Narada Samvad. Narada told Bhakta. Two, Vyasa on the banks of the river Saraswati, in a place called Samyak Prayag, on the banks of the river Saraswati, Badrinath. Second, it was on the banks of the Ganga, in a place called Shukatal. It was the Shuka Parikshit Samvad, conversation between Shuka and Parikshit. But now this Bhagavad that we are hearing now, who is telling this Bhagavad Katha that now accessible to us? Shonaka, Sutta Sonaka. Yes, was in Sutta Goswami told Shonaka the Rishi. In the first chapter of the Bhagavad is explaining exactly this. By 3 verses, there are some prayers in the Bhagavatam, the Mangala Charan. The first 3 verses are the Mangala Charan. First, listen nicely the Bhagavatam. So the first 3 verses, 1 to 3, first chapter, first canto, are the Mangala Charan of the Bhagavatam, auspicious invocation. Janmadasa Shlok, Dharam Projito, and third, Nigama Kalpatarur Galitam Phalam. So, through these 3 verses is the Mangala Charan. After that, what is written? The conversation between Sutta and Saunakadi. Rishi is headed by Shaunaka Rishi. Ekada, once upon a time, the rishis headed by Shaunaka Rishi, they had finished all their fire sacrifice and other duties. When they sat down, at that moment, by the desire of God, Sutta Goswami appeared amongst them. Sutta Goswami is the son of Lomaharsan. His name is Ugrasrava Sut. He arrived. And when he came, all the rishis, they stood up and they asked him some questions. The rishis headed by Shaunaka the Rishi, they asked 6 questions. I told in the Bhagavatam that time. 6 questions they asked about the topmost benefit for the human beings. Because this is Kali Yuga. Second question is Bhagavan Shri Krishna. How can he be pleased? And also how to please the soul, Atma. Third question. For which reason? Bhagavan appeared as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Why Krishna appeared as Vasudeva Krishna? Fourth question is about his avatars. Fifth question is about the lilas of Krishna and Balaram. Please tell me. Sixth question was when Krishna went to the abode, transcendental abode. Krishna Swadhama Pagate, the Dharma took shelter of what after Krishna departed? So the Bhakta starts here, look. This was after Krishna left. That's why they're asking, when Krishna left for his abode, Dharma took shelter of what? Tell me, tell us. So now this Bhakta that we have been hearing, everywhere it's written, Sutta Uvacha, Sutta says, and Shaunaka Rishi asking questions. And what Sutta Goswami is speaking, he's saying, I'm not speaking like for myself. Exactly what I heard from the conversation between Shukadeva and Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, that's why I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Because at that time I was present in that other assembly. Sutta Goswami told I was present there. Exactly what I heard, that katha I am telling you. So this happened where? Bhagavad Katha happening on the banks of the river Gomati in Naimisharanya, Sutta Sanaka Rishi. This Bhagavad Katha. So now we are hearing the Bhagavatam. This assembly took place on the banks of the river Gomati on Naimisharanya. Have you been? Yes, Gurudev, with you. Very nice. Shokartal is the place of Parikshit Shukadeva Goswami. But Sutta Shaunaka Rishi was in Naimisharanya. So Shaunaka Rishi asked questions and Sutta Goswami, whatever conversation happened between Shukadeva and Parikshit, he is telling the rishis headed by Shaunaka. And whatever Shukadeva Goswami told was the katha that Narada told Vyasa. Maybe it's complicated for you to understand. Who is the speaker, who is the listener? Who is the speaker, who is the listener? Who is telling to whom? Narada told Vyas, Vyas told Shuk, Shuk told Parikshit, and Sutta told to Shaunaka Rishi. So this Bhagavad Katha, Shukadeva Goswami told Harikatha to Parikshit Maharaj. The same Katha, Sutta Goswami told, which is headed by Shaunaka. Did you understand? What do you understand? This Bhakta that we'll be hearing now, Sutta Goswami told Shaunaka Rishi. Try to understand at least this. That's it. She's asking Shri Narayana Maharaj also spoke Bhagavad Katha. Ignored. Shri Narayana Maharaj never did Bhagavad Sapta. He did. Where? She said there was here in Radha